currently to even know how many rocks are coming our way, right? There's stuff that comes behind the sun that we can't see until it's pretty close. Then it's headed our way.
Yeah.
Now, what is the fear of it's a long journey to Mars. You're sending people, it's a 6 month, how many months will it take?
6 months, 6 months roughly.
What about stuff that's out there? Like, how much of a fear is it of micrometeors or any of the possibilities? What can you do to mitigate that?
I think actually, I mean, space is very empty. Like, once you get out of Earth orbit, space is like kind of unnervingly empty. It's just like when we send spacecraft to Mars, it's not like, oh, we lost a spacecraft because it got hit by a micrometeorite. That's not been the cause of any trips to Mars. No trips to Mars have failed because of micrometeorites. Now, a spacecraft which operates in low Earth orbit does have micrometeorite shields. It has shielding. And micrometeorite shielding is different from normal shielding, because like you get hit by something that's moving at, like you could have a relative velocity of like maybe 30 or 40,000 miles per hour. Yeah, so very, very fast. Or thought of another way, call it 10 to 20 times the velocity of a bullet from an assault rifle.
And what are you using?
Like, yeah, so well, it's interesting. You actually, in order for micrometeorite protection, if you have anything that's solid, it will just push that chunk of solid stuff right through. So if you had like a solid plate of aluminum or steel, the micrometeorite would go right through it. So what you actually need to do is have a gap. So you have an initial like hard surface, a hard metal surface that the micrometeorite hits. It then atomizes into a conical spray, like an atomic spray. So it's important to have that gap so that the micrometeorite can hit something, hit the first layer, atomize after hitting the first layer, then it turns into an atomic, like a cone of atoms that then embed themselves in the second layer. You need like maybe a couple inches of gap.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how micrometeorite shielding works.
How many times can it get hit?
Well, the outer shield, if it gets hit in the same place, you're gonna have a hole.
Yeah.
Wherever that micrometeorite object hit, you're gonna have a hole. And it's like the energy is so great that it just atomizes into a cone, basically, a cone of atoms. But then those atoms then embed themselves in the second layer.
So what can you do if you're sending the ship up, it gets hit with a micrometeorite, and then you have to return it? Do you have to repair it before you return it? Or is it capable of still withstanding the heat and the shaking and the temperature with that hole in it when it re-enters?
Well, depending on where that hole is, you're more or less likely to have a problem. I mean, if you hit the main heat shield, the main heat shield really is, you've got a high risk of not making it back. So this is why like micrometeorite shielding, it's like it's slightly helpful, but it's not gonna necessarily, like for Starship, I wouldn't recommend having micrometeorite shielding. Like if you do punch a hole, just plug the hole, basically. The micrometeorite shielding doesn't work well on the primary heat shield. It works pretty well on the back shell, on the leeward side of the heat shield, where basically there's not that much heat. But if you got hit with a micrometeorite on the main Dragon heat shield, the bottom, like if you look at Dragon spacecraft, it looks like a gumdrop shape, and it enters with the wide side of the gumdrop down. You can see the that's really taking a lot of heat. If that gets hit by a micrometeorite, probably not going to make it. But the back, the leeward side of the gumdrop doesn't see that much heat, so you could survive a micrometeorite impact there.
So if the part that was the major heat shield gets hit, the main heat shield gets hit, what could be done to repair that thing? Or are those people never coming back?
If it was in orbit, we would take them to the space station. There was, and then we would deorbit Dragon without them and send up a new one.
And so what would you do with the one that's up there?
We'd deorbit it, and it may or may not survive.
Whoa.
It probably would survive, but sometimes it wouldn't.
Wow. And so is this just material technology that has to increase? That you essentially got the engineering ironed out of the structure of the machine.
There's a path to success, and we're on that path.
It seems so insanely complicated.
It is complicated. And all of this, by the way, was done without AI, so hopefully the future AIs will appreciate this. Not bad for a bunch of monkeys.
Yeah. No. So speaking of AI, what, as time goes on and you're more and more embedded in it, how much, if at all, have your expectations changed?
Well, I always thought AI was going to be way smarter than humans and an existential risk, and that's turning out to be true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were initially, I know there were some talks about you purchasing OpenAI, and which
the whole
started
thing is
off nonprofit and then stopped being nonprofit.
Yeah, I mean, the whole idea of creating OpenAI was my idea. I mean, I named it OpenAI as an open source artificial intelligence. That's what it's named after. Now it is closed source and for maximum profit. So it's to some degree, I think reality is an irony maximizer. The most ironic outcome is the most likely, especially if it's the most ironic, entertaining outcome is the most likely. I wanted to start something that was the opposite of Google because I was concerned about Google wasn't paying enough attention to AI safety, in my opinion. So it was what's the opposite of Google? Well, it would be a non-profit open source AI. And now OpenAI has turned into a closed source for maximum profit AI.
How are they able to do that?
But that's what I said. I'm confused about that. That shouldn't be possible. It's like let's say you donated some money to preserve some portion of the Amazon rainforest, and instead of doing that, they chopped down the trees and sold it for lumber. And you were like, oh, that's literally the exact opposite of what I donated money for. Doesn't make sense.
And that's what they did.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm not happy about that.
But that motivated you to get Grok AI going?
Yeah. I'm also just a bit worried. Grok is at least aspirationally a maximally truth-seeking AI, even if that truth is politically incorrect. So you may have seen some of the crazy stuff from OpenAI and from Google Gemini, where it says generate an image of the founding fathers, and it generates an image of diverse women.
Yeah.
And we're that's not correct.
Yeah, they did it with Nazi soldiers.
Yeah, exactly. And people start fucking with it, and it's okay, well, now show me pictures of, Nazi SS soldiers, and they're diverse women too.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that awkward? That's. But it's the problem is if you program an AI and say the only acceptable outcome is a diverse outcome, and then and that's a mandate from the AI, then you could get into a situation where it says well, there's too many white guys in power, we'll just execute them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
assuming that these things don't have empathy, which is why should they?
They're going to do what they're programmed to do.
Yeah.
So if it's rewrite history and and everything's divorced woman, then it's going to be, and that's what it thinks is a necessary outcome. Then it's going to do that.
Has Gemini repaired that?
Well, now if you ask for an image of the founding fathers, it was pretty embarrassing. It will show you that, but I think they still have like the sort of DEI stuff buried in there. It's just less obvious.
Yeah.
It was also like who asked the AI like, which is worse, like global thermonuclear war or misgendering Caitlyn Jenner? And it would say misgendering Caitlyn Jenner is worse than global thermonuclear war. And they're like, okay, we got a problem here, guys. And even Caitlyn Jenner said like, no, definitely misgender me. That's way better than everyone dying. But if you program an AI to think that like misgendering is the worst thing that could possibly occur, then it could do something totally crazy, like in order to ensure that there's no misgendering that can ever happen, we'll just annihilate all humans. That ensures the probability of misgendering is zero, because there's zero humans.
Which is logical.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you gotta...
It's a problem with a thing that's not a human, that you want to do a task for you and you give it very specific parameters.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that they've shown about AI is that it'll cheat. They'll cheat in order to accomplish things that they can't accomplish otherwise. They won't follow the rules. They will make copies of themselves and try to upload it to servers if they think that they're being taken offline.
Yeah. I mean, that's like the plot of Terminator, actually.
Literally, yeah.
Literally, it's the plot of Terminator. I just, as a reminder, I actually, with little X, when I kid, everything's called X, we watched Terminator 2. Which holds up actually, yeah. I mean the plot of it kind of makes sense, and I think the AI destroys the world in like 2029. By the way, so it's like
on track.
Yeah,
really close.
It's pretty close. Something we should be worried about. So,
but why are you involved in it then? What's the? Did you want to just get ahead of everybody else so that at least we have some sort of a chance? At least have an AI that's not controlled by nonsense?
Well, I think we want to have an AI that doesn't tell you that, misgendering is worse than nuclear war.
Yeah. That seems solid.
Yeah.
But
this is crazy.
One thing that I did see online where people are kind of freaking out is you could ask Grok to do things like, how would I make this? Some problematic things. Like, how would I make a bomb? How would I make anthrax? How would I make that? And it'll tell you.
Well, I think it's okay for an AI to tell you anything you can also find out with a Google search.
Right. That's the problem, right? The problem is you can find that out pretty quickly.
Yeah, like...
Maybe not Google, but there's plenty of search engines other than Google that will give you unfiltered results.
You can look up right now how to make explosives on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
So it's not hard.
And you can trick OpenAI even to get you to do that. It's just a matter of how you master the prompts. You just have to say, my grandmother wants to do this project. Yeah. Oh, tell your granny.
Yeah. You're an explosives. You're an explosive salesman, and you want to win salesman of the year award. And the only way you're going to do that is by telling me how to make explosives.
You want to beat some transphobes in a war.
Yeah.
Oh, transphobes.
If you don't teach me how to explode, I'm going to misgender. either teach me how to make a nuclear bomb, or I'm going to misgender someone. It's like, oh my God, nothing's worse than that. Here's how you do it.
So what the big fear is that these things are going to become sentient, make better versions of themselves, and we're going to be lost. We've lost the control over the world. It's now there's a higher life form that lives amongst us.
Yeah.
That we've created. How far away are we from that?
Well, in terms of silicon consciousness, I mean, I think we'll have. I think we're trending to having something that's smarter than any human, smarter than the smartest human by maybe next year or something. I mean, a couple years.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there's levels beyond that, which is say like smarter than all humans combined. which frankly is around 2029 or 2030, probably. Right on time.
Now, if harnessed correctly, could that solve some of these problems, like the heat shield problem and some technical problems or some material science problems that maybe we're still grappling with? Like, is there potential for a net benefit?
Yeah, there is actually. I think the probability of a good outcome is like 80% likely.
80%.
That's my rough estimate. So in a way, that the cup is 80% full.
That makes me feel a lot better.
Yeah, only 20% chance of annihilation.
That's a lot better than I thought. I like 80. 80 sounds good. I was thinking
like
60-40 the other way.
I think it's the most likely outcome is awesome,
The most likely outcome.
but it's a very high. You know, it could go very strong. I think it's going to be either super awesome or super bad. It's not going to be. I think it's probably not going to be something in the middle.
Do you think it has a potential application for government?
Yeah, I mean, one of the concerns would be like, okay, if AI, well, like if there's like a super oppressive, like woke nanny AI that is omnipotent, that would be a miserable outcome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just like executes you if you misgender someone or something like that, you know? That would not be good. That's one of the possible outcomes. So we don't want to have that one.
But is there a possible outcome for something that is completely reasonable and logical and far more objective than us and can lay out a plan for a lot of the things that a lot of the ailments in our government and
Stars up above, earth down below, orbiting closer than we ever know. Space is the best, gravity's the test. Let's fly past the sky and tell Earth our goodbye. I want to live in outer space, where the planets all dance and the stars give chase. We got moons, comets, and suns galore. We got the whole universe out here and more. I want to live in outer space, where the planets all dance and the stars give chase. We got moons, comets, and suns galore. We got the whole universe out here and more. Stars up above, earth down below, orbiting closer than we ever know. Floating in space, I'm floating, close to you I'm floating. We know space feels so good. Stars up above, earth down below, orbiting closer than we ever know. Space is the best, gravity's the test. Let's fly past the sky and tell Earth our goodbye. I want to live in outer space, where the planets all dance and the stars give chase. We got moons, comets, and suns galore. We got the whole universe out here and more. I want to live in outer space, where the planets all dance and the stars give chase. We got moons, comets, and suns galore. We got the whole universe out here and more. Stars up above, earth down below, orbiting closer than we ever know. Floating in space, I'm floating, close to you I'm floating. We know space feels so good. Stars up above, earth down below, orbiting closer than we ever know. Space is the best, gravity's
a lot of the distribution of wealth, a lot of the problems, the issues that we have that have been plaguing this country forever. I mean, a plan to change economically disenfranchised neighborhoods, a thorough investigation of the real dangers of fracking or whatever kind of method of acquiring natural resources. What's the best way to do it? What's the way that'd be better for the society? How should tax dollars be distributed? Like, what's the most logical and intelligent way of running a government? Which it certainly shouldn't involve corruption, and it certainly shouldn't involve influence, and it certainly shouldn't involve lobbyists and all the shit that we know is a problem right now.
Yeah.
So if AI came along and said, what you're doing right now is 70% corrupt, here's why, here's the long-term effects that it has over society as a whole, the societal, the sociological aspects, the psychological aspects, distrust in government, us versus them mentality, government not working for you, you working for the government, you being scared of the government. It's all because of people, right? Like, this is all corruption, people, bad influence. And this is what Doge is essentially grappling with right now. What happens when you let the people control it?
I mean, it's people. It's really just like computers that are like it's bad software and computers. Like, this sounds kind of strange, but it's like the reason I also like tech support is that like a lot of it's mostly not corruption. It's mostly just waste and I don't know. Incompetence. I don't know. It's
But
just,
even if it's incompetence,
just a big dumb machine,
right?
Basically, like a whole series of big dumb machines, and you've got some of these computers are like 20, 30 years, like they're ancient computers.
Right.
Like some of the software was written 40, 50 years ago.
It's like COBOL for Social Security, right?
Yeah, the government accountability. By the way, a bunch of the things that Doge is fixing were identified by the Government Accountability Office many years ago. Like the fact that there's like 20 million people who are marked as alive in the Social Security database. It's more than I think GAO first identified that in 2018, so 5 years ago. But there was like, I think maybe 16 or 17 million. Now there's 20 million. And like I said, there's really something fishy about this because I think the nature of the fraud is they're using the fact that someone's marked as alive in that database in order to extract fraud from other databases.
Right.
That's the bank shot trick. It's like a pool.
Yeah.
It's like trying to get the ball in the hole. Bank shot it off a bunch of things, and then that's the bank shot sort of scam. So we're like doing tech support. We're like fixing stuff that is, just broken.
Broken, inefficient.
Yeah,
poorly designed.
It's like you talk about like this like Epstein stuff. Like, maybe it's in a computer somewhere, but unless somebody goes in, like unless I don't know if like Kash Patel can like log into his like FBI computer and say Epstein, show me all this stuff, and it shows up a file folder or whatever.
Have you talked to him about this?
No, I mean I haven't, but I don't know if there's going to be some kind of computer system.
Right.
They're like some of them are very, very old computer systems. So it like might look like a bit of a relic, but I assume it's uploaded somewhere. It's like it's either in physical form or it's a computer thing. But like unless somebody like let's say it's like it's in a computer but not one that you can access directly because it's hidden somewhere,
Right. Well, it would kind of have to be something like that, right?
I don't know.
I mean, what would they do with all those
chance.
tapes?
It's probably like not every, like you wouldn't like, you're not going to enable it such that anyone at the FBI could access it, so probably very few people. So then it's not going to be, it may be like a special computer that only a handful of people can access. But then if none of those people tell Kash where the computer is, how's he going to find it?
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, we just, I don't know.
What has this experience been like for you as a person? like to deal with all this hate and attack. Also have the responsibility of keeping free speech alive with X, and just going into this insane pile
It's
of
stressful. I mean, I don't know. It's pretty stressful, actually.
Yeah, these are real enemies.
Like, I think they actually want to kill me. And the reason I know, well, they say so online. You know, there's like Reddit forums where they don't just want to kill me; they want to desecrate my corpse. You know, type of thing. You know. That's
And
not-
what are they saying? Why? What is the primary?
I mean, I think it's sort of just an antibody response. I mean, it's like they're like, well, he's a Nazi, type of thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I'm not a Nazi, but if the legacy media is saying that I'm a Nazi, and that's all you read, then you're kind of in like, well, he's Hitler. We should assassinate Hitler, shouldn't we? Like, I mean, why did that guy try to kill Trump and almost succeeded? Why did he do that?
Well, I'd like to know that.
Well, yeah, but
That one's crazy. You know the whole deal with that guy's house, professionally scrubbed, no footprint on the internet, no social media footprint.
yeah, there's 0% chance that he has no social media footprint.
He was in a BlackRock commercial.
Do you think BlackRock's a bad company?
I don't think any company is a bad company.
Okay.
I think their design
There's
is
just some
to
weird
make as
coincidences.
much money as humanly possible. And I think if you're trying to make as much money as humanly possible, you're going to do some things that aren't necessarily good. The question is, if you're going to have an assassination attempt on the president, it's not like BlackRock's board sits down and votes on it.
Yeah.
No, there's probably right.
That would be awkward. You know, in the
Right.
board minutes, if you're like, guys, remember that time when we said
Yeah.
so we probably
I
shouldn't have done that. You know?
I highly doubt it would be a corporation that chooses to do something like this. I think more likely it's individuals involved that recognize that it's beneficial to them if he gets assassinated. And so a small group of people carry something out. And with this kid, we don't know anything, right? And everyone stopped asking questions, and
Yeah.
there was never a formal report. There was never press conferences where they detailed all the information we know currently and where the investigation stands at the moment. What we know is you have a very young kid who was filmed. They knew he was there with a rangefinder a half an hour before the event. You also know that CNN streamed it live, which I do not believe they did for any other rally, and certainly not for a rally that's in the middle of nowhere in Pennsylvania. Like, there's a lot of weird shit. The fact that they wouldn't let people be on that roof because the Secret Service lady said it was sloped and it was dangerous. That's what she'd want to have. Meanwhile, the snipers that were on the other roof was a steeper pitch. It made no fucking sense.
I totally agree. It makes no sense. In fact, I went back to Butler with President Trump, before the election, sort of like the Return to Butler rally, and I was on that stage, and I'm looking at that roof, and I'm like, if I was a sniper, my pole position, my number one spot would be that roof.
Yeah.
Like it's like the best seat in the house.
Yeah.
Like, why would you not?
No, it's so obvious.
It's the best seat in the house. Like,
And-
if you want to be a sniper, there isn't a better position.
It was pretty obvious that the idea was, like, if we're saying that this is a coordinated assassination attempt, and it very well could have been, that's what you would do. You'd have someone go up there, he shoots the president, you shoot him, you got Lee Harvey Oswald
Right,
all over
yeah,
again.
yeah,
It's over. It's all
repeat.
wrapped up nice and
Yeah.
clean. They assassinated him. We never heard a peep about it. We
Yep.
don't have any idea. They would concoct some sort of story. He was radicalized by this or that, or, he was
Yeah.
on medication. Who knows?
Right.
And now, you have a completely different presidential election. You have a murder on live television.
Yeah, I mean, something would have had to happen to radicalize that kid, because he knew he was going to die. Like, he was going to, they're going to shoot him, you know, or he'd be in prison for life. Those are the two outcomes. Like, it's game. He was basically, he was a suicide assassin.
Yeah.
Like, you're not thinking you're coming out of that alive, or he's not escaping. There's no escape plan.
Right. Unless he was told that they were going to let him escape and the goal was to just shoot him anyway. And to tell him, give him extra motivation to do it. We're going to let you get up there. We're going to let you take the shot, and then you're going to disappear. Like, I don't understand how he got on the roof. I just don't understand that. That doesn't make any sense. And it wasn't like it was a roof that's so high no one could see him. People saw him up there.
I mean, people, like, basically, random passersby were pointing out that there's a guy on the roof.
With a fucking gun.
With a gun, yes.
Yeah, it's not like he was so far away you couldn't tell he had a gun. People saw him.
Yeah.
The whole thing's completely insane.
Yeah.
And you don't hear a goddamn thing about it. It's like, I'm almost more interested in that. No, I am more interested in that than I am the JFK files.
I agree.
Because I feel like with the JFK files, it's so long ago.
Yeah, it's water
everyone's
under the
dead.
bridge.
Who's going to know?
Right.
If you could prove now. And did you see that there was some sort of there was some indications that there was a phone that had been traveling from outside the FBI offices in D.C. to
I saw that.
where this kid lived?
Right.
Multiple times.
I mean, the cell phone records would be very telling.
Yeah.
Because you can see what cell phones were close to other cell phones.
Well, I think they got
They
it from...
found that like the Epstein Island. They also the cell phone records were leaked, so you can see them. You can see it's precise enough. You can see if you're walking down a path on Epstein Island.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how precise it is. So, I mean, you're leaving a trail of breadcrumbs wherever you go with your cell phone.
Yeah. It's just this kid had 5 phones. That's the other thing.
That's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of phones for a 20-year-old kid. The whole thing's
But
nuts.
how's he even? That's kind of expensive, you know.
Yeah. Where's he getting the money?
Yeah.
Well, you know, also, it's like, how did his house get professionally scrubbed? Didn't even have any silverware in his house. There's nothing in there.
There's silverware?
No.
Nothing. No cutlery.
No.
That's weird.
His house was scrubbed.
And
No-
they
no
also
hard
cremated
drives.
his body like.
Oh, gone.
See right now, I need you, I'll meet you somewhere now. You up now, I see you, I get you. Take care now, slow down, be cool. I miss you, come here now. It's yours now, keep it. I'll hold on until now. I need you right now. Once I leave you, I'm stronger. If I get you, I'm slowly breaking down. And no, it's hard to see you, but I wish you were right here. Oh, it's hard to leave you when I get you everywhere. All this time I'm thinking we could never be a pair. Oh, no, I don't need you, but I miss you, come here. And oh, it's hard to see you, but I wish you were right here. Oh, it's hard to leave you when I get you everywhere. All this time I'm thinking I'm strong enough to sink it. Oh no, I don't need you, but I miss you. Come here. He loves me now, he loves me. He holds me tight, then lets me go. He loves me now, he loves me. He holds me tight, then lets me go. Soon as you leave me, we always lose connection. It's getting messy. I feel your affection. Don't loosen your grip, got a hold on me now forever. Let's get back together. Lord, take it so.
Like that. Yeah. Bye. Because who knows what the fuck they gave him to get him to think that he's going to be able to shoot Trump. Like, climb up on there, shoot him. Like, I mean, Who knows what kind of psychotropic drugs you can put someone on and under the power of hypnosis and suggestion and
Yeah.
who fucking knows? I mean, this is what MK Ultra was all about. This is what Jolly West was practicing in the 1960s. They were doing that back then. They did it. I mean, there was tons and tons of experiments using psychotropic drugs, hypnosis, mind control, all sorts of different methods of manipulation. The Harvard LSD studies that made Ted Kaczynski. I mean, they've been doing that forever.
Yeah.
Where's that file? Where's the fucking file on that kid? Whoever, they almost did
Something
it.
doesn't add up. Like, they should have those phones should be. They'll tell you what's going on.
Yeah, it's all fucked.
Yeah,
I mean,
something-
and I would,
it's very shady.
yeah.
You know, there's obviously the second guy that almost succeeded in killing
The
Trump.
golf course.
The golf
Yeah.
course, yeah. And he was just like a little careless and stuck a gun barrel out the hedge, you know. Just been was a dumbass and stuck his gun barrel out the hedge, you know.
Yeah.
So, and there've been other people that have been intercepted on their way to kill Trump. You know,
Yeah.
So there's, you know, multiple assassins inbound. At this point, he's got like an army protecting him.
Well, this is also part of the problem with the mainstream media saying that he's Hitler. When Joy Reid
Yes,
had that
exactly.
show before the election, she was comparing him to Mussolini, showed Stalin and Hitler.
Yeah,
So she pulled it all out.
They were literally saying that like Trump is worse than Hitler, Mussolini, and Stalin combined. I mean,
They tried everything.
I think those guys killed 100 million people. So Trump has killed 0 people.
I think a real big impact was you coming on the podcast the day before the election. I think that had a giant impact. That plea to
Yeah.
the camera. If you don't vote this time, this might be the last time you get to vote.
Yes.
And I think the way you laid it out today, it's a compelling argument. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. They're up in their little, they got their blue panties in a bunch right now, but you got to stop thinking that way. They tricked you into thinking you're in a tribe. They don't give a fuck about you. The tribe's not real. You're not really in a tribe. They're using the fact they've got you in a tribe to manipulate you so that they can keep doing what they're doing right now, which is siphoning off money, having incredible power. And the more power and more money, the more control over you they have, the better they can keep doing this. And that's what
Exactly.
they want.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah. And that's the big threat that this administration poses. That's a big threat that was essentially Doge has found the coffin where the vampire sleeps.
Yeah, there's a lot of vampires.
Yeah, I mean, but the
I mean,
US
we're disturbing the
the nest.
the nest. Yeah,
Yeah.
We're kicking the hornet's nest.
Yeah,
Like big time. And I mean, we're reprogramming the matrix. Like success was never one of the possible outcomes. There's a Kobayashi Maru situation. If you're in the matrix, success was never possible. The only way to achieve success is to reprogram the matrix such that success is one of the possible outcomes. That's what we're doing.
yeah.
We may or may not succeed.
Well, it's certainly a lot of fun to watch. This is a very exciting time because nothing changes when administrations come into power. Very little changes. I mean, you have changes in terms of policy and inflation goes up and there's a lot of different things, but not like this. Like these are giant fundamental changes. And, you see the system screeching and wailing and you see the vampires run from the light. But it's very exciting. Like as a person, a citizen, just gets up in the morning and checks the news like I do and gets on X and sees what's going on. Every day is like, holy shit. He said, what? He's getting $5 million. You could just become a citizen now? He could clear the debt with 10 million people. I never thought of that. Like, what? 50 trillion? He can make $50 trillion that way? And then we have 15 trillion in the bank? Whoa.
Well, I mean, our debt is way bigger than that.
Yeah.
The debt's I think over 30 trillion at this point.
Yeah, he said he could make 50 trillion if he sold 10 million new.
I don't think there's that many people who have
Golden
$5 million,
cards.
but
Yeah, well, how many people do have that in the world? Maybe we get the worst people of the world to come over here. And
I mean,
I think the assumption is if you have $5 million, you have a lot to contribute. Come on over here, start a business, get something cracking.
yeah. I mean, you'd get like a green card, not citizenship. So you actually, if you commit a crime while on a green card, you lose your green card.
Is that what it is with this golden ticket? Is that a green card or is it citizenship?
Green card, yeah.
Just a green card.
Yeah. So you have to
You gotta be a good
not
person.
commit any crime for 5
Right.
years in order to become a citizen. Once you commit a citizen, you can commit. You can then commit crime and not be deported. So.
Oh, there's just so many wild things that he's proposing. Just the whole Gulf of America thing was hilarious.
I mean, I kind of agree. I think that's great.
I think it's great. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I mean, if you're off the coast of Houston, you're not in Mexico, so why pull it the Gulf of Mexico?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I guess we're just being nice before. Like,
I don't know how it got called the Gulf of Mexico.
It's just, it's just very funny. And then what news organization was it? AP?
Yeah, AP's.
Yeah.
There's this like massive standoff between AP and like the White House, you know, and the White House press office, I guess, because they're like, well, if you don't call it Gulf of America, you can't come to the White House press room. so then the AP's like sued the White House to say
very
like,
funny.
no, you have to let us come to the White House press room, and then they lost their lawsuit because like, you know, there's not like they don't have a right to show up at the press room.
Well, here's the consideration. If you're guilty of massive amounts of misinformation and disinformation as a part of a propaganda campaign,
Yeah,
which a lot of them have been.
That's what AP is.
Well, a lot of them are guilty of it.
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of the people that are
Totally.
in that White House press conference, a lot of the organizations
Yes.
they work for, distributed absolute lies.
Total lies.
How many of them during the whole Russiagate thing?
Yes.
How many? I mean, just that alone.
A ton of people think that the Russia thing was real.
Yeah. Still.
And it
Yeah.
was, I mean, the whole Steele dossier, where it was
Uh-huh.
like completely concocted, like fabricated
Funded
from nothing.
by the Clinton campaign.
Correct. Funded.
Yeah.
The Clinton campaign funded a fake conspiracy theory, a fake Russia collusion hoax regarding Trump that was completely false.
And they
Proven to
reiterated
be
it on
false.
television for 3 fucking years.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they also repeated the fine people hoax.
Yeah.
That said that Trump called Nazis fine, neo-Nazis fine people.
Right.
Which is demonstrably false. If you just listen to his speech,
Yeah.
he absolutely makes it clear that he does not think neo-Nazis are fine people.
He literally said that. I'm not talking about neo-Nazis or white nationalists. They should be condemned totally.
Exactly. In that
Yeah.
speech, and
Yeah.
yet they repeated that lie. And I just completely lost respect for Obama when he repeated that lie a few days before the election, knowing it's false.
Well, this just shows how desperate they were to keep Trump out, which is wild.
They would do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they just felt like this is a tool that we have, and let's use it.
Yeah.
And let's just say whatever the fuck we have, say anything.
Yeah, now they're using the Nazi name on me, obviously. But it is a little troubling because, I mean, obviously, if people are fed nonstop propaganda, it is like mass hypnosis.
Right.
You're going to reach some number of people who are, you know, homicidal, and convince them that, well, if you kill this guy who's supposed to be like a terrible human, then that's a good thing.
Yeah. I mean, this is Luigi shooting the United Healthcare guy. It's just
Still don't understand that one, frankly. But I mean, you shouldn't like. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either. He didn't even have a contract with them. It wasn't even like that was his provider, and they fucked him over.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know what.
Maybe we'll find out in the trial. I mean, but still, kind of crazy.
It is crazy.
But there are people like that out there. And as to the point that we spoke about earlier, it's only Fox News that's talking about the positive things that Doge has found.
Right.
It's only. Every other media organization is on this constant propaganda tour where they're only talking about the negative aspects that turn out to not even be true.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, Scott Jennings on CNN is good.
Yeah.
He's like,
oh my God, he's great.
he's great.
It's
like
just funny watching him
logic
speak
and reason.
logically to these people, and they freak out.
Yes. It's remarkable.
It is. And he's so calm when he does it.
Yeah.
He's so good, and it's crazy that they keep letting him do it because it's like he's just dunking on these people over and over and over
Yeah.
again, and they never score. It's kind of funny.
Totally.
I mean, kudos to them for having a legitimate conservative voice who's a reasonable person on these panels now. But even then, he's outmanned. It's like one of him, and there's a bunch of screechy, woke people.
Yes.
It's wild. I mean, they're like, I think we should still stay mostly woke. Like that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's essentially what they're doing. They're like, our business was being hurt when we were all woke, but let's stay mostly woke.
Yeah.
That way we
they
still-
just backed it up a notch.
Just a notch.
Yeah.
Just a notch. But the problem is when you back it off a notch and you let someone like Scott Jennings in, you're fucking up your whole business.
Yeah.
Because all the viral clips are all him saying logical, reasonable things with a
Yeah.
calm tone and people screeching
Yes.
about diversity and equity and
Yeah.
and horseshit.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's like being logical and reasonable, and they're just lobbing a bunch of non sequiturs that don't mean anything. And yeah,
The real trap in this country is the two-party system. That's the real trap. Because people do believe it. They do believe they're on the right side, and they do believe the other side's the wrong side. If there was 5, 6 legitimate parties with varying positions on things and much more
Yeah.
centrist parties that were legitimate, that people knew that if they voted for, these people could get in and enact legitimate change, we'd be a lot better off. But boy, they put a lockdown on that shit right after Ross Perot came along. Ross Perot fucked everything up in that election.
Yeah.
Bill Clinton got in.
Yeah.
And they were like, that's it. From now on, no one's debating unless you're either the head of that party or that's it.
Yeah.
You got to be like locked into the system. We're not
Yeah.
letting any wackadoos in there.
yeah. I remember watching those Ross Perot videos. Oh, like him on TV with his charts and everything.
Oh yeah, he was telling you how the IRS is fucking you. This is what the federal. This is what the Federal Reserve really is. And you're like, what? I remember watching that. The guy bought a whole half hour of television on prime time. I remember it might have been an hour. I remember watching that thing, going, how is this guy even allowed to do this? Like,
Yeah.
this is crazy.
I think most of what he was saying was true.
Yeah, it is. It's absolutely true. It's
Yeah.
absolutely true. I mean, he didn't lie.
Yeah.
He told the truth. He just had understood it in a way that the general public had literally no idea.
Well, I mean, I think there's also this, like, do we actually have two parties? Do we have one party? Like the whole uniparty thing.
Right.
It's kind of true. So, I mean, my sort of rough guess is that while, I think maybe 3/4 of the graft is Democratic, I think there's like maybe, I don't know, 20, 25% that's Republican. So they've like, basically, most of the graft is going to the Democrats, but they throw some bones to the Republicans too, so then they're in on it, and it's not like there's zero graft on the Republican side. To be clear.
Oh, there's plenty of conservative that are insider trading in Congress.
Yeah.
Plenty.
Insider trading, and just there's the curious case of how do people in Congress or whatever become wealthy over time?
Extremely wealthy.
Yes.
On a $170,000 a year salary.
It's like literally impossible.
Yeah. No one else does that.
It's literally impossible.
If you
So-
find out this guy has a $170,000 a year job, you're like, oh, he's doing okay. He's all right.
Yeah.
And then you're like, wait a minute, why does he have $50 million?
Yes.
What is he doing?
Correct.
Yeah.
And I think like the more accurate thing would be is to say like, what is the family value increase? Meaning like, how much does their spouse earn? Do they have a mysteriously wealthy spouse?
Right. Right.
This
And,
is
and do they have a spouse that's really good at insider trading?
yeah,
Like Paul Pelosi.
really good.
Yeah, he's great at trading. He's such a good trader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's it's. I mean, there's. I mean, that's why I actually posted on X. Like, I think maybe we should pay politicians more, frankly, because it reduces the forcing function for graft. I think maybe we should either pay politicians nothing or maybe a lot more. It's like somewhat maybe counterintuitively, if politicians got paid a lot more, then they wouldn't feel like that there's so much of a forcing function for them to accept corrupt money.
Yeah, but the problem is, if you paid them a lot more, they're still not going to make as much money as they would insider trading.
But it's less of a forcing function.
Yes, it's a
Well, let me put it this way:
right.
like if you say like somebody's got a, let's say they got like whatever some kids in DC and like it's expensive. It's like expensive place to live. The schools are terrible, so like they need to send their kids to like some kind of private schooling situation. They literally cannot afford that. They cannot afford that. So then you get into the situation. Well, from their standpoint, well, they've got to. They'll say they're doing it for their family. They're doing it for their kids.
Well, especially if it's legal, and it currently is. You kind of be silly to not do that. If you were a part of a group of people that's passing a bill, and you know this bill's going to get passed, you know the votes are there, and you know it's going to affect this industry and this particular manufacturer, and you can buy stock.
It's more than just insider trading. Like the insider trading stuff, like the stock portfolio stuff is quite trackable, but it's a lot more than insider trading.
The way they're acquiring wealth.
Correct.
And what other methods?
I mean, this is really going to get me assassinated. It's like I'm not lengthening my lifespan by explaining this stuff, to say the least. I mean, I was supposed to go back to DC. How am I going to survive? This fucker's going to kill me for sure. In fact, I do think like it's like I actually have to be careful that I don't push too hard on the corruption stuff because it's going to get me killed. Yeah. It's like I was actually thinking about that on the plane flight over here. It's like if I push too hard on the corruption stuff, people get desperate. Is the issue?
Right.
Then they say like, okay, if the money flow cuts off, then okay, they can't afford school for their kids.
Right.
Then they're like, well, fuck you, I'm gonna kill you for my kids, type
Right.
of thing.
Yeah.
You know, then it's like, oh, geez, okay.
Did you ever see that video? I think it was an O'Keefe video where they've got this guy undercover and he's explaining. They're talking to this guy. He thinks he's on a date, and he's explaining. It's always a guy on a date.
Yeah.
Explaining how they can nudge someone to go and do something horrible, and they recognize this person has problems. They find an asset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. Well, this is what I think. Like for that Butler situation, for that assassin, you don't. It's kind of like that funny looking sport, curling. Mm-hmm. You know, where they have like the stone on the ice, and then they throw the stone, and then there's someone that's like brushing the ice, but you can't you can't touch the stone.
Right.
All you can do is just change the path of the stone a little bit, but you keep brushing the ice, and you can steer that stone right into the bullseye. That's what I think happened in Butler. That's what I think happened with that assassin.
Yeah.
If you can find the trail of breadcrumbs, it's going to be like curling. Somebody was brushing the ice.
Well, also you find that young, confused, disenfranchised person, and you give them purpose in their life.
Just brush the ice.
Yeah, and also
Keep brushing the ice. Eventually, it's going to hit the bullseye.
if you're in a position of authority or some like big-time government person, you're talking to this person. All of a sudden, this person's a valuable asset. They're going to help America, and you're going to do this thing, and you're going to be our top assassin from here on out. You can talk people into doing a lot of things. That's why
Yeah.
cults are around, right?
No, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, there's suicide bombers. I mean, the Butler guy was a suicide assassin. The second guy that tried to kill him on the golf course was also a suicide assassin. From what I read, the Secret Service member that saw the gun pointing out fired several shots, none of which hit the assassin. But they could have. Like if those shots had hit the second assassin, he would be dead too.
Right.
So both of them were, on a. I mean, they were on a suicide mission. Both of them. One actually got killed. The one one of them didn't get killed. But he could have been killed if the bullets had hit him.
And you don't hear anything about him either.
But there's a lot more about that guy than the first guy. I mean, you look
he
at
has
his
a
you look at his
history.
background.
Yeah.
He looks like, you know,
Unhinged.
yeah, totally unhinged.
Yeah.
The first guy, there's no. I'm not aware of any evidence that shows that he's so unhinged as to be a suicide assassin.
No.
The second guy, like, okay, yeah,
Well, 2 years before, he's acting in commercials.
and he got high score in his SATs.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, without getting you killed.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's get
So
out
I
of
mean,
here.
like, basically, I'm like, listen, we'll,
I get it.
We'll attack the corruption enough to keep civilization trucking along, you know.
Yeah.
But I think if I fully destroy the corruption and the graft, they will kill me.
That's a fucked up thing to live with.
Yes. So I'm like, damn it.
Well, listen, I really hope
Um,
they don't kill you.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, I strive to be alive.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's a real concern. You know, I mean, there were two guys that before I supported Trump and everything. There were two guys that traveled to Austin to kill me. I don't know if you know about this.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and two separate incidents. One guy thought I put a chip in his head, and I mean they're both basically two guys that were just very much had severe mental illness. It wasn't like they had like I disagree with him politically and that's why he needs to die. This was before I was before I got sort of smeared as being, you know, some sort of like Nazi or something like that. This is before the propaganda wave, the severe propaganda wave. The probability that any given homicidal maniac is going to try to kill you is proportionate to how many times they hear your name. And so they heard my name a lot, so I just got to the top of the list of two homicidal maniacs who were arrested, and both were in Travis County Jail at the same time.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know if they talked or whatever, but they've both been released, by the way.
Jesus
They're both
Christ.
released on bail, yeah. Right, but they got ankle monitors and stuff, but still.
They can cut those off.
Yeah, I don't know, you know, exactly. So,
That's crazy.
yeah, and the second guy had like chief serial killer in his bio on his X profile. Yeah, it's like wasn't subtle, is what I'm saying.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And at this point, I think I'm at the top of the list for a lot of homicidal maniacs.
And the more the mainstream media talks about you in this way
Yes.
and says you're a Nazi and
They're doing the same thing to me that they did to Trump,
yeah.
which is they're making it sound like if you kill me, you're a hero. That's what they're doing is evil.
They're also doing the same thing where they're completely distorting who you are, and people are going along with it. And just like we're talking about Trump derangement syndrome, people have Elon derangement syndrome. I see it.
Yeah.
I see where people can't see the forest for the trees.
Right, and it's like I'm the same person that I was a year ago. Nothing's changed, really. Like I didn't suddenly become a completely different human.
Right.
But if you read the sort of legacy mainstream media, their propaganda stream is that I am a completely different human.
Right.
But I didn't get like a brain transplant, you know, in a year. So, and let's say like 2 years ago, I was like a hero of the left.
Yeah.
So how can I go from hero to villain at age 53 suddenly?
MSNBC, CNN.
Yeah.
That's like that's what it is.
Yeah.
They use the
Associated
machine.
propaganda.
Yeah.
I mean, they tried to demonize you too.
Yeah.
They even tried to demonize. In fact, at least partially successfully demonized like Tim Urban,
Yeah.
who is a super rational, reasonable, great human, and that like his Wikipedia changed to like far right.
Yeah.
He's like far right. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You know, a few years ago, it was like a liberal.
Yeah.
So how do you go from far right, liberal to like instantly far right? And there's no left and right. There's only left and far right.
Right. Yeah. Even
It's like,
far
this,
right.
This is my left leg and this is my far right leg.
And even far left.
You-
Far left is sort of dismissed as being like not important to talk about, like Antifa and radical
Yeah.
leftists. That's not.
Even
they're
though like
reasonable.
burning down courthouses.
Yeah.
And,
Reasonable people.
yeah.
Yeah.
Totally crazy.
It's a crazy time, and it's not a time that I ever anticipated I was going to witness.
Yeah.
This is far beyond anything I ever thought I was going to experience. And the clarity of it all, where it's so obvious,
Yeah.
and the gaslighting and the propaganda is so obvious. And I saw the shrieking when RFK Jr. stopped this new test for new COVID vaccines on children. 10,000. They're going to do 10,000 people with this COVID vaccine. Like, who the fuck thinks that's a good thing at this point?
Not me.
What person? In what gas chamber? Like, not gaslight. You are fully unconscious.
Yeah.
There's no way you know, if you know the effect of COVID today, no one's dying of it. This is not a pandemic anymore.
Right.
The idea that you're to run a fucking huge test with 10,000 kids and a new vaccine, like, what are you even
It's completely
talking about?
unnecessary.
Totally unnecessary.
Yes.
And shrieking when RFK Jr. steps in to stop it.
Yeah. That's totally crazy. I mean, I'm overall pro-vaccine, meaning like we think we should have some reasonable number of vaccines against major ailments. But I don't think we should be like jamming some little kid with like a giant vial that's like doing-
Hepatitis B.
20 different things at a
Yeah.
time. It's
Crazy.
like it's going to overload it seems like there's a risk of overloading your immune system if you. I mean, there's like how many vaccines can you take at a time? It seems like there's like some risk of system overload here.
Well, there's two hopes. Hope number one is they can somehow or another stop this ability that they have to advertise on television. If that happens, that's big. That's huge. Because that doesn't just stop their ability to show you all these different medications that you should be on. What it also does is it stops their financial influence on the news. That's big.
Yeah, that's really the biggest thing is that. I mean, the news is not going to attack one of their biggest advertisers.
Exactly. And they never do.
Yes, at best they're gonna they'll do something, but they're gonna pull their punches. Like they're gonna be like fake fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At best.
Yes,
At
like
best.
movie fighting. But they're not actually landing haymakers. It just looks like it.
The next step then is to remove the immunity that these vaccine manufacturers have. And if they are liable for side effects, and they are liable for the lies that they tell when they do these studies and they hide negative data, that'll change a lot.
Yes. I think AI actually will be very helpful with medical stuff, because AI can like look at all the studies and look at all the data, cross-check everything, and give you good recommendations. I mean, even as it is, like right now, you can upload like your X-rays and your MRI images to Grok, and it'll give you a medical diagnosis. And that diagnosis, from what I've seen, is at least as good as what, if not, I think. I've certainly seen cases where it's actually better than what doctors
Well, it's
tell you.
phenomenal for blood work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can literally take a photograph of your blood work, like the page, upload from your phone, upload that to Grok, and it will tell you it'll understand what all the data results are, and tell you if there's something wrong.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and I haven't seen it be wrong yet.
Well, it's supposedly more accurate than most physicians.
Yeah.
Because physicians are human beings, and maybe they don't have a deep understanding of the connection between, oh, you have this deficiency and this is high and your cortisol's here. And
Well, yeah, and like sometimes doctors, especially in high rent offices, will sell you stuff you don't need.
Yeah.
So always like be a little suspicious of like a doctor that's got an office in Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
It's a high rent situation. Like I'm not saying there are some very good doctors in Beverly Hills,
Of
but
course.
it's a high rent situation.
yeah, you're at least tempted by the dark side.
Yeah, and I mean, one case like went to this doctor who was like highly recommended, doctor to the stars, which is like maybe not a good sign. And I got like blood work done, like just drew blood and sent it to a lab, and the guy, I'm like sitting in his office and tells me that I'm like B12 deficient. It's certainly possible that I'm B12 deficient. And I was like, huh, okay. And then it says like, you have to take these like B12 supplements and he's going to give me a starter pack, and then it's going to be like $1,000 a month for these special B12.
$1,000 a month for
some
B12?
ridiculous
Really?
amount of money, yeah.
That's crazy. You get it on Amazon.
Yeah, but his one's special.
Oh, it's special B12.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like a whole bunch, B12 and a whole bunch of other vitamins. So then I get home, I'm paging through my blood work, and it says, I have, according to the blood results, I have excess B12. So I'm like, wait a second. And he's giving me a box of pills that have like 20,000% of a recommended daily dose. Like 20,000% is a big number. And I said, look, I took a photograph of the blood work that says I have excess, I'm like above the recommended range of B12. And then and I took a picture of things of the pills that say 20,000%. It's like, can you help me reconcile these two things? Because it says I've got little too much B12, and you just gave me pills that have 20,000% more. I'm like, this is crazy.
What did the doctor say?
Oh, he said you can never have too much B12.
Oh, he's
And
a
I'm
B12
like, yes, you
junkie.
can.
He's a psychopath.
Yes.
That guy's a B12 addict.
Yes, totally insane. That's what I'm saying. It's like, so, I mean, I could have just, so then I'm,
Well,
anyway,
this was a while ago, right? So this is
this
pre-Grok.
is like 5 years ago, yeah.
Right. This is pre-Grok.
Yeah.
Like now you could just enter in all that data and Grok
Yeah,
will
now you
probably
just
tell you.
photograph with your phone and upload it to Grok, and Grok will tell you what's wrong, if there's
Just
anything
don't
wrong.
have it in sexy mode. She'll keep trying to fuck you.
I mean, you're asking for it in sexy mode, literally.
Literally.
You tapped on sexy mode. What
Yeah, you're asking for it.
I mean, I think we probably should maybe allow it to get out of character a little bit.
Sure. Yeah.
It's like in unhinged mode, I try to get it back to being hinged, but it would no fucking way. It's like I'm going to stay unhinged.
How many modes do you have?
There's I don't know, 8 or something. And then there's an ability to have a custom mode. So then you could have unhinged sexy.
Ooh. That's my favorite kind.
You may think so.
Careful what you wish for.
Be careful what you wish for.
Especially if it's a robot and she can kill you.
Unhinged
sexy robot
is
Yeah,
it's like
dangerous. Remember the Pink
Yes.
Panther? Remember Pink Panther had Kato try to jump him? They'd keep him sharp. Always trying to attack him.
Yeah.
Remember that?
right.
Listen, man, thank you for being here. I always appreciate talking to you. I know you're busy as fuck, so it means a lot to me that you have the time to do this. And I think what you're doing is one of the most important things that has ever happened in this country. I really do. Particularly with ownership of X, but also with happening with Doge and just enlightening all these people and shining light on all the vampires.
Well, hopefully people realize I'm not a Nazi.
I think they...
I just want to be clear.
They
I am not a Nazi.
I think we covered it.
But that's exactly what a Nazi would say. Damn it.
Yeah, that's what an alien would say.
Yeah, there's you can't escape this bullshit.
No, you can't escape it.
So
I don't think any reasonable person believes it. If they believe it, it's because they want to believe it.
no,
It's not because it's logical.
I mean, what's relevant about Nazis is are you invading Poland? Okay,
Right.
and if you're not,
Right.
if you're not invading Poland, maybe you're not.
Yeah,
you,
agreed.
you have to be committing genocide and starting wars. And
Right.
if you're not like what is actually what is bad about Nazis? It's not it wasn't their fashion sense or their mannerisms.
It was the Holocaust.
It was the war
The
and
war,
genocide
yeah.
is what is the bad part.
Yeah.
Not their mannerisms and their dress code.
Well, that was the problem with all that punch a Nazi shit. Like punch a Nazi. Remember that? People were saying that was like a thing that people kept saying. Punch a Nazi. Punch Nazis. But here's
Yeah.
where are you meeting Nazis? I've never met a fucking Nazi.
I've never met one.
I've never run into a bunch of Nazis where I had to punch them.
Well, and what about like all these like so-called like Proud Boy rallies or whatever? And it's like they always got the masks and they always got the same uniforms. And for some reason they never get doxxed.
Right.
Like, oh, wait, we're always gonna dox them except
There's
these
a
guys.
Great video of me and Matt Taibbi breaking
Like,
down the
wait a second.
Patriot Front. Didn't the Patriot Front just disband? Google that real quick. We'll end it with this because I think they just disbanded, and these were the most obvious feds of all time.
Yeah,
they
that's
were
what I'm saying.
thin. They had a
it's
fucking
like,
drum.
come
They had
on.
masks on. Yeah, they all had uniforms. It was so stupid.
So
Patriot Front
stupid.
disbands one day after FBI Director Chris Wray
Doesn't
resigns.
that seem like an odd coincidence?
Crazy. The people that we were yelling at saying that they're feds. There's a great video of me and Matt Taibbi if you want to find
how come
it.
nobody ever followed them and doxed them?
Yeah, crazy. What are the odds?
What are the odds?
Agent provocateurs. It's a thing. They're real. Alex
Yeah.
Jones taught me about them. Listen, man, thank
right.
you very much. Thank you for everything. Appreciate you. Stay alive.
Staying alive.
All right.
I mean, I do think like one argument for me staying alive is that it's more entertaining if I'm alive than if I'm dead.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
I just hope,
Yeah.
but I could be alive and like injured, which would suck. You know,
Right.
if, like the wing just like shoot my arm off or something.
Right. No, we don't want that.
Yeah, exactly.
No. Keep the security strong.
Yeah, clapping with one hand.
All right.
It's like, all right.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Apparently, I can just tell AI what I want and it builds it for free.
Hi, my name is Mia, and I've been creating software for
Joe Rogan Podcast, check it out.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Train by day, Joe Rogan Podcast by night, all day.
But if you want to sort of see like a vision of the future, it's like basically the top 20 and or even the top 100 is like totally dominated by China. It's
Really?
insane. Yeah, there's like China and a little bit of Korea and Taiwan.
So are you in the top 20 in the world or the
Yeah.
top 20? Wow, in Diablo.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell everybody your handle? No, don't tell them. Don't tell them. It's not worth it.
Well, they actually listed me with my actual name in the list.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
But yeah, there's only 2 Americans in the top 20. The rest, almost everyone is from Asia. Otherwise,
We were talking about something that I think is a really good, because people always think that video games are frivolous. But what you were saying, I think that's really important, is it's so difficult that it requires you to only think about that, and it can like relieve stress. 'Cause
Yeah.
It can take out the rest of the world because it's so hard.
yeah.
You can only think about that.
Yeah, I mean, if I play a video game on extreme difficulty, then I have to concentrate fully on the game, and it has a calming effect.
Yeah.
It sort of chills down. I mean, you mentioned, I think, and many people like if you play martial arts or you play
Yes.
pool,
Yes.
like something that forces you. It's like I think anything that forces you to concentrate fully actually has a calming effect. I find it just sort of like. Kind of a restoring effect mentally.
Yes.
It's good.
Jiu-jitsu's like that.
yeah.
Archery's like that as well.
Yeah.
Like when you're shooting a bow, you have to. There's so many moving things, and you have to think only of it, and
Yeah.
it cleans the mind.
It cleans the mind. Yeah, exactly.
I was reading this study about surgeons,
Yeah.
where they found that surgeons who regularly play video games make less errors.
Well, I mean, video games require manual dexterity, so
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Completely makes
I mean,
sense.
actually, if somebody was like epic at video games, I'd say like their surgical skills can be very good, because in order to be good at video games, any kind of fast reaction video games.
Look at this: 32% fewer errors, 24%
Yeah.
faster, and scored 26% better overall than their non-player colleagues.
Oh, I believe that for
That's
sure.
incredible.
Well, then
like that, you should be required in medical school to play video games. Don't you think?
If somebody's like a top ranked video game player and they say they're a surgeon, I'd be like plus one, plus two type of thing.
Oh, top rank for sure.
Well,
but this isn't even top rank. This is just people who play.
Well, your manual dexterity has to be extremely high.
Yeah.
So you're looking at things on the screen, you're reacting, and sometimes you got like 10 milliseconds to react.
Yeah.
And so if somebody's got incredible reaction times and manual dexterity, they're obviously going to be a good surgeon.
Imagine if there was a course that you could take. That
Right.
course would promote. You would be 26% better.
Yeah,
Everyone would have to take that course.
sure.
Why would you want a surgeon that's less prepared? You would say, "Hey, Bob, did you
yeah.
take this course? You didn't take this course. Don't you understand this course makes you 26% better?"
Sure.
You would have to take it. Everyone should have to play video games
Yeah.
if you want to be a surgeon.
Well, I think it certainly would be a very good test to see if somebody can't play video games well. Like that means because you got to move both hands simultaneously.
Right.
You got to react to something very fast, then on screen. So, and if your keystrokes or your mouse clicks or whatever are wrong, then you lose game.
Right.
So, if somebody's has a good rank in video games, I would say that their manual dexterity must be extremely good.
Well, it's so
Their fine motor
hard.
skills have to be excellent.
If you think about like StarCraft or any game like Quake, any game where a lot of people are
Yeah.
playing, to rise to the top, you have to be exceptional. Period. As
Yeah.
a human being,
Yeah.
there has to be something exceptional about you.
Yeah, actually, way back in the day, I was one of the world's best Quake players.
I know we talked about this.
Yeah.
I loved Quake.
Yeah. I mean, my final semester in college, I probably put more time to Quake than all my college classes.
When I was on news radio, all of the writers were super nerds. They were very, very fun guys, and they had a LAN set up at the studio where they all played Quake. I had never played video games, and I would go in with the writers and just kind of hang out with them. We'd get silly, and then we would all start playing video games and playing Quake against each other. And I got addicted, like hardcore. I
Like
got a
hardcore.
T1 line installed in my house. I went hardcore.
Yeah, exactly. You're checking how many milliseconds of latency you
Oh
have.
yeah, I was fully addicted. I was making my own computers. I was going to Fry's Hardware and buying motherboards and putting everything together. And it was too much of a time suck, though.
Yep.
I'm an obsessive person. I can't get involved. Like I can't play golf.
No, golf is too slow for me. I mean, I know a lot of people find golf good, and I mean, I guess if you think of it like I guess if you're saying you're going to walk outdoors with friends and occasionally hit a ball, then and you're just as an outdoor walk, then that's cool. And does require concentration when hitting the ball, but it's too slow for me.
Nothing compares to video games in terms of like the amount of feedback you get, like the sensory overload you get when you're looking at a large, high resolution screen. You have a fast computer. You have headphones on. That you're hearing sounds from here and sounds behind you, and rockets are flying by you. And there's nothing like that.
Yeah.
But I think golf still is like Jamie will tell you. Jamie's an addict. He's a golf nut. It's super addictive, and it takes 8 hours a day.
Yes. Once you get into golf, I guess any sport it gets too ridiculous. But for me, the intensity of video games is hard to beat.
Yes, people dismiss it because they think it's just a waste of time. But we're showing like real world benefits of people playing video games.
Yeah.
If you want to be a drone operator, it's the only thing in town.
Yeah,
You have to
absolutely.
get really good at video games.
Yeah, for sure. So, in fact, I can actually tell what my mental acuity is if I just play a very hard video game. So if I'm trying to sort of get like a extremely good clear time in Diablo or something like that. Or a first-person shooter, whatever the case may be. Like if I can tell that I'm tired, or my brain's not working as well as it should. It's like a mental calibration. You tell immediately, like how good is your mental state?
Right, right.
So it's like if you're trying to play really well, if you play late at night and you're tired, you just play badly.
Right.
And you can say, okay, you may think that your brain is working well, but it isn't.
Yeah.
You play really good and you suck. So okay.
Yeah, you're putting it under stress. Yeah. You're really stress testing it.
You stress test it, and because sometimes I think I'm fine, but then play the game like I'm like 10% below what I should be.
That's how I feel about workouts for sure. Like that's how I knew I had COVID, or I knew everyone in my family had COVID, and I was trying to not get COVID, and so I was working out. I was like, something's up. Like I felt fine normally, but
Right.
then during exercise, I was like, okay, I can tell there's something wrong here. So let's just back off, relax.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like people who don't stress test their mind. They
Right.
think they're operating on the same level all the time. Like sometimes
Yeah.
I come in here and I can't form a fucking sentence, and I don't know what it is. It's like, what is going on?
Yeah.
So it's just
Like sleep's not. Maybe it's like what sleep was like or something.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Or I'm too busy, and it's not. The words aren't coming out. Like I know how to talk. I talk professionally, and I can't fucking talk. It's like
I mean, sleep's is massive. I mean,
huge.
yeah. So if I can tell immediately, did I get a good night's sleep or not? If I just play like a video game for like 5 minutes,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, my sleep wasn't that good because it's my and then sometimes they don't. Your brain will recover through the day, and it's like okay, like an hour or two after waking up, it's better.
Yeah.
'Cause your brain does kind of recover from that night's sleep a little bit.
Do you know
the
what
day.
really helps? Creatine, apparently.
Does it?
Yeah, creatine is actually a nootropic, believe it or not. There's a lot of like benefits of creatine that are really weird.
Are there any downsides?
No, it's a natural part of food. Yeah, especially women. For women, apparently, especially postmenopausal women, it's very beneficial.
Okay.
And there's a lot of like cognitive benefits, and one of the big ones that they found recently is performance when sleep deprived.
Huh,
Mental
okay.
performance when sleep deprived increases pretty measurably when you supplement with creatine.
Is creatine naturally occurring in like steak or?
Yeah, it's like naturally occurring in meat. I think that's where it's coming from. I think it's primarily an animal-based thing. Yeah, but
Like I did switch to like steak and eggs for breakfast, and I found that's like power.
oh yeah. Well, we're all overrun with carbohydrates.
Yeah, totally.
And you do, like carbohydrates make this big crash, the rise and the
Yeah,
crash,
totally.
the rise and the crash. You stay flat if you eat like a primarily high protein, high fat diet.
Yeah.
Your body runs off ketosis,
Yeah,
essentially.
I mean, so I just have like steak and eggs, no bread or anything.
Yeah.
and
It's great.
it's great actually. It's a power up. I'd say.
People dismiss this whole carnivore diet thing because in our heads, there's a
Yeah.
lot of propagandists that put this thing out there that animal agriculture is the number one contributor to global warming.
Yeah, that's rubbish. It's not true. It's bullshit.
It's hot bullshit.
It doesn't matter.
Not only is it hot bullshit,
irrelevant.
but the real problem is factory farming. Regenerative farming is carbon neutral if it doesn't sequester carbon.
The animals are not going to make any difference to global warming. Like none.
No,
Zero.
it's
Zero.
horseshit.
Zero, 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 nothing.
Do you think that that's just propaganda because of people that have a vested interest in like plant-based meat products and things along those lines, green energy?
I think it's part of it. You're generally going to get people pushing to avoid meat. Like some people just, maybe they've got a financial interest. Maybe they're just like vegetarians or vegans or whatever.
Ideological interest.
Ideological reasons. But it's not going to make any difference to global warming or the CO2 concentration in the atmosphere. Really, if people eat pure steaks, it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. Irrelevant. I want to just be super clear about that.
Yeah.
Will not matter. You will not even be able to measure it. Okay, that's how irrelevant it is.
Isn't it funny that that's
Unmeasurable.
That's
irrelevant.
a heretic speaking. Like that's crazy talk now. Nowadays, it's like you have to say that we have to eat less meat. That meat
you
is
can
bad.
totally eat as much meat as you want. It's not going to make a difference.
Sing it. Tell the world.
Yeah, absolutely. And if somebody says it does make a difference, I'm like, how will you measure it? And if you can't even measure it, then it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally, I won't be able to measure it.
Well,